So I'm gonna try and start making these short videos and explain the builds that I'm planning to do and the builds that I'm making instead of focusing on the end results. I see most of content creators doing that, and I was always about the presentation and the surprise, and doing these videos feel like they ruined the surprise. But I'm gonna try anyway and see how it goes. So as most of you know, Righteous Fire is one of my favorite skills, and I always make Righteous Fire build in every league. And I was saving some money, because this Righteous Fire build is going to be expensive. Most likely I'm going to try and do Shaper with this build. I never did Shaper and haven't checked if he can be chilled, and if he cannot be chilled then probably I will skip it. But I will try and do all the other endgame content. So the idea for this build is actually to make it into multiple builds. But for leveling and doing all the endgame content, I will be using Righteous Fire. The goal for this Righteous Fire build is to have over 5000 life regen, but less than 8000 life. And even with Righteous Fire on, I should have over 3000 life regen on top of Righteous Fire. So it should be very tanky. And later on, it can be turned into cast and damage taken build. Actually, according to path of building, I should have only a bit over 7000 life. And that can be dangerous against big hits. The way I'm going to achieve this high life regen is through Trickster, Patient Reaper. It is probably one of my favorite Ascendancy nodes, but probably only because I love Righteous Fire. Actually, this build will be very similar to the one I did in Legacy League, Righteous Sun build, using dual Deados axes. Before 3.0, chilling enemies was a bit difficult because you needed to do enough damage for chills to last longer. And you may not know, but a chill caused by chilling ground, like from Vortex or Arctic Armor, does not count for that. You must be the one doing the chilling. So before 3.0, really your only option was to hit with your weapon to get 1 second chill. But in 3.0, as long as you're doing cold damage, you will always chill enemies for 2 seconds. The damage will determine how strong the chill slowdown effect will be. But we do not care about that. We only want chill. I don't really like repeating myself multiple times, just read what Deados Axe says. You get a lot of burning damage, and that damage multiplier is the highest one in the game. And you can use 2 of Deados Axes. To apply chilling, I will most likely be using either cast and damage taken setup, or Scorching Ray with cast while channeling and some cold spell. Maybe Ice Spears to help me trigger Elemental Overload. But I will also be using Orb of Storms with Curse on the Hit Flammability, which will also trigger Elemental Overload. Or maybe I'll just use Ice Nova, since I'm scaling a lot of AoE nodes, and it would, that would actually be better. Oh yeah, to get a lot of regen, like I said, I'm going to be using Patient Reaper, but I will be using Helmet Enchantment to boost my Stone Golem regen, and get a lot of regen from the passive skill tree. And everything will be scaled by Patient Reaper once you kill something with damage over time. Of course, I will have to be using Calm's Heart, and most likely Wolf's Vision, and the Flow Untethered Belt, which gives a lot of regen. And I'm not quite sure, but I will most likely be using Meganor's Vice Gauntless to give me 2% life regen with at least 400 strength. I may be also using Dying Sun to give more AoE and of course fire resistance. And all the endgame gears will have to be nearly perfect. So yeah, this build will be expensive, but I want to make a really strong build, so that all you plebs can start complaining that I keep making trash builds. As of this recording, I am level 56, and I can show you my items. Pretty standard RF items. The Oak Shield, 2 Kikazaro Rings, Shaper Seed Amulet, Ambush Charge Armor. The Dark Seer is great. It is very underrated, but it is both defensive and offensive item. It gives generic damage increase, but also gives life, well, and energy shield. There are 3 versions. These gloves don't matter, I will be replacing them pretty soon. Just need to fix my resistances first. And I will start using Untethered Unique Belt. By the way, resistances may be a bit problem, so I will be using some jewels to boost my resistances. Later on I will be using Marble Amulet, hopefully with good stats. And I still need to get the Helmet Enchantment and Boots Enchantment for regen. At the moment my Righteous Fire is linked with Burning Damage, Elemental Focus, and increased AoE. Orb of Storms with Curse on Hit and Flammability, and it also triggers Elemental Overload. I am not using Elemental Equilibrium because, well, I am trying to use this Flame Surge. On the Falling setup with Immolate, I should be using Elemental Focus instead to control Destruction and Spell Echo. So the damage is great. Oh, and also I'm using Vitality and Purity of Fire. And in the end I will be using Vitality and Purity of Fire with Empower. I will not be able to use Shield Charge while dual wielding, So I'll probably use... no, I actually cannot use Sleep Slam if I am going to use Elemental Equilibrium, because that would screw up my Righteous Fire damage. So I'll just have to walk. You know, that thing that no one does these days anymore. Whoa, walking will be so non-meta. So that's pretty much all for now. Leveling is super easy and fast. You can see from the clips that I don't really need to stop to kill enemies, and the bosses die very fast. By the way, my planned DPS at level 90 against standard bosses should be nearly 500,000 and against Shaper about 350,000. That is not counting any other spells that I may be using. So yeah, this build will wreck some serious shit. Anyway, that's pretty much all. The video is getting a bit too long, so thank you for watching and see you soon.